A very good evening to you. My name is Marissa Marinda and you are watching Newsplus. Let's take a look at our headlines for this evening. Mutapa Investment Fund has outlined plans to realign national assets while restoring efficiency and accountability within state-owned companies. Also on Newsplus, Police Chief Commissioner General Stephen Mutamba says several measures including body cameras will be adopted to ensure a corruption-free police force in Zimbabwe. The Seke road accident truck driver has been found guilty of culpable homicide and jailed for 5 years. More details on that right here on Newsplus. And in the world of sport, the Zimbabwe Football Association, in partnership with a local financial institution, has launched the Bank ABC Roots Impact Junior League program. Now let's take a look at the news in greater detail. Zimbabwe's Sovereign Wealth Fund is pressing ahead with reforms aimed at turning around key public enterprises and strengthening the delivery of essential services. Addressing a Zimpapers public lecture at the Harare Institute of Technology Accountability within state-owned companies, Eben Mabunda gives us more.
In his address before economic stakeholders and the academia, Dr. Mangunjuka, the Mutapa Investment Fund CEO, said the Wealth Fund is on a major revitalization drive as it reorganizes assets valued at $16 billion United States dollars on its administration.
That artificial intelligence and big data analytics be mandatory courses taken across all our disciplines. Here at HIT, there is no...
In 2014, the fund was remodeled in September 2023, shifting from reliance on fiscal surpluses to active management of strategic national assets. Currently, over 30 companies fall under Mutapa Investment Fund, half of them profitable, while the remainder are undergoing restructuring and capitalization to restore viability. The fund has recorded profits worth $8 million with total major utilities, including the electricity sector.
The governance, financial performance, operational efficiency, sustainability in operations, human resources, strategy development, and capital growth, which is capitalization. Those are our key focus areas as a fund.
At the National Railways of Zimbabwe, Mutapa Investment Fund is injecting capital towards the refurbishment of wagons, rail tracks, and communication systems as part of efforts to revive rail transport. Dr. Mangunjuka also called for the national airline expected to resume Harare-London flights by June this year as part of its turnaround strategy.
I was advised by the chairman of Air Zimbabwe and the CEO that by June of this year or before June, they wanted earlier. I said, okay, do your earlier, but for purpose of my public lecture, I shall just say by June we need to fly around London.
Government is also looking to revive tele. A plan is also in place for Tel1 and Net1.
But we heard Dr. Mangunjuka saying we will fix first. Then after that, they will determine what to do, either to merge or to dispose. I would urge to dispose and then capacitate Net1 instead of mixing them, because otherwise the other one brings its own inefficiencies and draws back a good operation.
Aligned with global best practice and benchmarked against funds in Botswana, Norway and China, the Mutapa Investment Fund aims to raise $1 billion to support the National Development Strategy 2, positioning state-owned enterprises as engines of national growth.
Well, it's a wrap here at the Mutapa Investment Fund public lecture. Reporting for ZTN Prime, I'm Eben Mabunda, the Harare Institute of Technology.
Police Commissioner General Stephen Mutamba says there is no room for corruption in the force, vowing to deal with all malcontents tarnishing the reputation of the organization. Speaking at the relaunch of the Police Service Charter in Harare this Friday, General Matanga said several measures, including body cameras, will be adopted to ensure a corruption-free police force. Our correspondent Tafara Sibochiwe has the details.
approval. I have heard the stories in the marketplaces, read the concern in the newspapers, and felt the yearning of enhanced police service in my own community. The trust between the police and the public has, in some instances, deteriorated, and I am very much aware of that.
The police boss vowed to improve and resolve police relations with the public.
Very soon, you will notice that no police officer will go out on deployment in police uniform without wearing his or her name tag. Any untoward behavior by the police officer must be promptly reported. The organization is for police officers.
Transport operators who always engage in a cat and mouse chase with the police applauded the measures which the police are set to introduce. Youth Transporters Association weighed in support of the police's measures while raising concern over the high number of pirate taxis. And advocated for dialogue to solve problems amicably.
Wondo haipedze chunu kutaurirana ndokwataurwa pano kunzi kutaurirana kunovaka zvinhu zvofamba sumuka mwana weZimbabwe tivake nyika yekwedu kuti nyika irambe ichivakika.
The Zimbabwe Republic Police are committed to serving the people of Zimbabwe vis-a-vis the Police Client Service Charter. Now, the Commissioner General of the Zimbabwe Republic Police, TN News, I am Tafara Sibochiwe at Africa Unit Square in Harare.
Moving on, smallholder farmers in 5 provinces are set to benefit from a multi-million-dollar climate adaptation project aimed at strengthening agriculture value chains and building resilience against climate shocks. The African Development Bank is injecting nearly $10 million into
Zimbabwe's agricultural sector, targeting smallholder farmers who continue to bear the brunt of climate change. The funding, provided by the African Development Bank, will support climate resilience farming, strengthen agricultural value chains, and help farmers withstand shocks such as drought.
We want to make sure that the target recipients that are going to receive the funding, that there's going to be a difference in their lives. That agriculture is going to increase, but the youth are going to be targeted and will be able to create markets.
The project is structured around 4 key components aimed at transforming how smallholder agriculture responds to climate risks. These are resilient value and food systems transformation agenda.
This is very important for the country. This is important for the agricultural sector. The project is in line with the agriculture and food systems and rural transformation. 10 pillars, in particular, the pillar for enhancing production and productivity, as well as commercialization of farming.
5 provinces, Mashonaland West, Mashonaland East, Mashonaland Central, Midlands and Masvingo will benefit following consultations aimed at grounding the intervention in local realities.
Actually engaging all these provinces just so that we ensure that the project is grounded in the local realities of the provinces.
Once implemented, the initiative is expected to strengthen farmer livelihoods, improve productivity, and build long-term resilience against climate change as Zimbabwe continues to adapt its agricultural sector to a changing climate. Reporting for ZTN Prime, I'm Faith Nyaude in Harare.
When we come back, we take a look at the
Portfolio Committee on Defense, Home Affairs, Security Services and War Veterans Affairs will hold public hearings on the Police Amendment Bill HB 11/2025 from the 1st to the 7th of February 2026. The teams will cover various places in Zimbabwe as follows. Team A. Team B. those who will be putting on military uniforms, signs of ranks, flags and badges, and political party regalia will not have access to the public hearings. The public, interested groups, and organizations are invited to attend these consultations. Written submissions and correspondences are welcome and should be addressed to the Clerk of Parliament, Attention, Portfolio Committee on Defence, Home Affairs, Security Services and War Veterans Affairs at palzim.gov.zw. For more information, call 0800 4419 or Ilen Hua, who's our Public Relations Officer on extension 1193, or Medina MTC, also a Public Relations Officer on extension 1593. The Parliament of Zimbabwe, a strong, independent, people-driven, world-class parliament.
A truck driver has been jailed for an effective 5 years after he was convicted of causing the Seke road accident in July last year, which claimed the lives of 17 people and injuring 5. Desire Madiviko was initially slapped with 7 years imprisonment before the court suspended 2 years on condition of good behavior. He was also sentenced to a lifetime ban from driving Class 2 vehicles and a 2-year prohibition from driving any other vehicle class with cancellation of all existing licenses. The court said the offender acted with gross negligence by driving at an excessive speed before losing control, mounted a road island, struck pedestrians and collided with an omnibus that overturned, resulting in 17 deaths and 5 injuries. The prosecution said the case is a reminder to all road users, especially operators of heavy commercial and public service vehicles, to exercise their duty of responsibility, protect life, uphold the law, and ensure safety for all. In our next story, Youth Minister Tinoda Machakaire has called for a whole government approach in preparations for the National Youth Day commemorations scheduled for February 21 at Igava Training Center in Marondera District. President Emerson Mnangagwa is expected to officiate at the event. This week, the Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution for Mashonaland East, Advocate Itai Mdudzo, Agriculture Minister Anxious Masuka, and Minister Machakaire toured the Igava area to assess progress on preparations for the celebrations.
Of the 21st National Youth Day, scheduled for the 21st of February 2026 here in Marondera District of Mashonaland East Province, is well on course. As you can see, we have got the scope of works in motion. You have noticed that today we have received a high-powered delegation from the National State Occasions Committee led by PS Planga, together with 2 cabinet ministers, Honorable Machakaire and Honorable Masuka. Our roads are undergoing rehabilitation. We've received support from the Ministry of Agriculture. The necessary water and sanitation services are being put in motion. The ZANU-PF ruling party of the province is quite ready and geared to mobilize. So we can assure and promise you 2 things. Number 1,
Zimbabwe remains steadfast in its trajectory as a stable and mature democracy, leveraging principled statecraft to engage the community of nations as guided by 3 constitutionally enshrined pillars of peace and security, economic and social interests. More in the following report.
Addressing media professionals at an interactive meeting on Thursday on the role of the media in shaping foreign policy and national interest, Foreign Affairs Minister Professor Amon Murira said the country's foreign policy is built on 6 core doctrinal values. The minister said Zimbabwe pursues its foreign policy on the lines of peace. He said Zimbabwe plays the long-game approach where foreign policy seeds planted today would bear fruit for future generations.
For Zimbabwe, these diplomatic engagements are guided by our national interests of safeguarding peace and security, advancing our economic prosperity, and advancing issues for social cohesion. So when people are talking about national interest, I want to be very clear. national interest, you want the nation to exist among the 193 nations. So it must be secure. It must be economically functional.
Professor Murira further said Zimbabwe foreign policy is a reflection of the aspirations of the country's domestic environment.
Enhancing and promoting a sustainable, just, free and democratic society in which all Zimbabweans enjoy prosperous, happy and fulfilling lives. This is Section 8, Chapter 2 of the Constitution. This is our national objective. If you say, what does Zimbabwe want? What is real Zimbabwe's national objective? This is the objective.
Zimbabwe Foreign Service Institute Director Dr. Noksengen said the engagement shapes the country's foreign policy towards development.
The media, as the fourth estate, is a key partner. It's a key partner as we build our Zimbabwe.
United Nations Specialist Sirak Gribi-Hivot commended the inclusion of the media in telling the Zimbabwean story in a positive way.
Equipped with the message, with the right message, to make sure that the Zimbabwean story is told appropriately and correctly and objectively.
The ministry is setting in motion a system that strengthens institutions and secures Zimbabwe's rightful place among the community of nations. Latwo Nyangu for Citizen Prime in Harare.
The Ministry of Health and Childcare has been urged to speed up processes for the rollout of the HIV prevention injection set to benefit vulnerable and high-risk populations. In an interview with ZTN Prime, Tendai Westerhoff, an HIV and AIDS activist, commended the country for this milestone approval of the twice-a-year prevention jab, lenacapavir, noting that this biomedical intervention will go a long way in protecting the vulnerable, especially women and girls. The jab was approved late last year by the Medicines Control Authority of Zimbabwe, with authorities already working on the rollout modalities. Westerhoff expressed optimism that lenacapavir will provide a viable, long-acting alternative to daily oral PrEP, thereby improving adherence and protection for those most vulnerable to HIV infection.
I'm urging that we move with speed as a country to introduce this new injectable. 2 doses per year. One, I understand it is an injectable plus a pill, and then after 6 months you go back for the injectable, and then the following year, and so on, twice a year. So it's a step in the right direction, and we need to really to package information about this new injectable. We should also know that the injectable is an HIV prevention tool or strategy. It's not replacing the already existing strategies that are there.
Do stay with us. Newsplus will be right back.
The Parliamentary Portfolio Committee on Defence, Home Affairs, Security Services and War Veterans Affairs will hold public hearings on the Police Amendment Bill HB 11/2025 from the 1st to the 7th of February 2026. The teams will cover various places in Zimbabwe as follows. Team A. Team B. Those who will be putting on military uniforms, signs of ranks, flags and badges, and political party regalia will not have access to the public hearings. The public, interested groups, and organizations are invited to attend these consultations. Written submissions and correspondences are welcome and should be addressed to the Clerk of Parliament, Attention, Portfolio Committee on Defence, Home Affairs, Security Services, and War Veterans Affairs, Mount Hampton, PO Box CY 298 Causeway in Harare. Submissions can also be made by email through the email address clerk@palzim.gov.zw. For more information, call 0800 4419 or Ilen Hua, who's our Public Relations Officer on extension 1193, or Mirina Mtisi, also a Public Relations Officer on extension 1593. The Parliament of Zimbabwe, a strong, independent, people-driven, world-class parliament.
Taking a look at some business news, village business units are now bearing fruit in Manicaland, with families reaping the economic benefits by turning small-scale projects into sustainable sources of income and food security. The project is being implemented by the government with support from the United Nations Development Programme under the Zimbabwe Resilience Building Fund Phase 2. Our business reporter, Melissa Chatikobo, has more.
Best friends Rukia Kurema and Vena Ngurima in Takunda village in Mutare spend their mornings here in this thriving community garden. They are part of the 31 households that draw benefits from a 1-hectare piece of land producing crops and fish. Through proceeds from the garden, Rukia has started a small goat rearing project.
Her
companion and now business partner Vena says the garden has brought income.
Mari takapuwa tikazi ngatimbosheyana tione simba rekutangisa kuti tiparadzire masidzi edu emadomasi.
In the past, villagers risked attacks from crocodiles while fishing. The introduction of fish ponds within the garden has made the harvest more safer and productive.
Zvinoreva izokuti madhemu edu aya vanhu vakwanise kuti pavanodira vanodya nyama zvanga zvisikaitiki muno. Waiende kunokumbire kumwe wachiende mumarwizi wachibatwa nemakarwe saka pari zvino ndinotenda chaizvo kuUNDP nehurumende yedu.
Implemented under the Zimbabwe Resilience Building Fund Phase 2, UNDP said the village business unit model supports communities to create sustainable livelihoods.
To help to expand it, because the work of UNDP is to show that there is a proof of concept, something that can work, and then you then request government to replicate it in other places and expand the existing one. So,
for Rukia and Vena, the garden has become more than a source of income. It's a symbol of what women can achieve when given the right tools and training. Reporting for ZTM Prime, I am Melissa Chitkobo in Manicaland.
Zimbabwe's business community has welcomed the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe's plan to introduce new ZiG banknotes by the end of the first quarter, viewing the move as a key step in strengthening the monetary system. The rollout comes as authorities work to build confidence in the local currency, with the new notes featuring improved quality and security. Business leaders stress that long-term economic stability depends on a credible national currency and urge the public to remain calm, continue normal trading and avoid speculation. The RBZ has assured the market that the transition will be smooth, with no need to rush or panic, as the process is being carefully managed to maintain stability. When we come back, we take a look at what's happening in the world of sport.
We're kicking your year off in all her glory with more, because we got you. You get it. You know that. We got kicks. We got scores. We got action. We got roars. It's my specialty. We got drama. We got fun. We got more for everyone, with an upgrade on us just for you. More channels, more shows, more reasons to stay.
We got you.
DSTV, we got you all the way.
In the world of entertainment, the National Arts Council of Zimbabwe, NACZ, has announced a reduction in registration fees for artists and creative organizations effective 30 January 2026. This move follows a directive from the Ministry of Sport, Recreation, Arts and Culture, instructing government agencies to ease business processes by reviewing licenses, permits and levies. The fee reduction aims to lower barriers to formalization, encourage compliance and boost the creative economy by letting practitioners focus resources on production, innovation and sustainability. NACZ has encouraged all artists and creative entities to use the revised fee structure. The initiative positions the government and NACZ as catalysts for arts sector development, making it inclusive and vibrant for Zimbabwe's socio-economic growth. We'll be right back.
We're kicking your year off in all her glory. With more, because we got you. You get it. You know that. We got kicks. We got scores. We got action. We got roars.
It's my specialty.
We got drama. We got fun. We got more for everyone. With an upgrade on us, just for you. More channels, more shows, more reasons to stay.
We got you.
DSTV, we got you all the way.
The Zimbabwe Football Association, in partnership with a local financial institution, has launched the Bank ABC Roots Impact Junior League program. The initiative comes at a time when junior structures have struggled due to limited structured competition.
Things. Those who are assigned responsibilities will use whatever initiatives they have. And of course, I would not put it aside to say there were shortcuts which may have been taken at some point where talent is being selected. But this program allows us to follow through talent from when they are in grassroots, when they go into the juniors, and then they go to the elite. The records will be there speaking for themselves. How the players been performing when they were under 13, how they performed in under 15, how they were performing in under 17, how they were performing in under 20. That data will be there for everyone to see. So when players are selected, no one is going to debate about it because that information will be there. So this definitely is going to address that challenge. And as administrators, that is our responsibility to make sure we put systems in place.
That's all the time we have for tonight's edition of Newsplus. Have a safe and fantastic weekend.